This is going to be a self-demobilization based off of a technique by Mulligan. So the idea is that people who get lateral knee pain, especially right around this bone, your fibular head, a lot of times pressure in this manner helps to relieve a lot of that tension and discomfort on the outside of the knee while you're going into a knee bend. So his technique is going to be foot up on a step. And you can see if I'm in a flight of stairs, I'm probably on the second or the third step. I want my foot elevated a little bit. And I'm going to take my outside hand, right, it's my left leg, take my left hand, I'm going to make an L. I'm going to put that L right behind this bony prominence right here. So if you come up the side of your calf, you'll find a bone, that's your fibula, right on the side. You're going to put that right behind. Okay? Your fingertips are going to come across the front of your shin, and you're going to find a bony ridge there, that's your tibia, right? I'm going to cup my fingertips around that shin, right? So fingertips grip here, and this is here, right? Now with my hands, I'm going to apply a little bit of an inward twisting type pressure. Now I've got to watch, and you'll see when I change directions, I want my knee to cave in. So I'm going to apply this little bit of inward pressure. And while I maintain that, I'm going to take my knee straight forward into a bend, trying to get my thigh and my calf close to each other. And I want to get as deep as I can into that motion and then back out of it. The thought is that this pressure on my calf should take a movement like this that was somewhat painful and make it less painful. So just to see it from the front, the big key here is that I find the front of my shin, I grip that bone, I take this hand and I put it in an L behind that bone on the side of my calf, my fibular head, and I apply that light inward torque. It's nothing aggressive. You're not going to feel like you're doing much but moving the meat of your calf muscle. And just watch as I do it. My knee's going to want to do this. I have to make sure my knee stays straight. So as I maintain that little bit of an inward pressure, I make sure that my knee still goes straight forward over my toes. As I maintain that, ideally I want to get all the way into the motion, even with a little bit of overpressure if I can, and then back out of it. Each time I would kind of reset, make sure, all right, get a good grip. Right on the other side of that bone on the front of my shin, a little bit of a twisting in motion. It's not going to be very much as I go forward into this. Now if I have someone that has issues with balance and they need a hand for support, I would probably take this one away and put it on a wall or put it on a railing. And just with this hand, give a little bit of forward pressure. It's almost like I cup it like a C, and as I go forward, I do a little bit of a twist inward. So not very much, but right behind that bone, I try and push a little bit forward as I go into the same motion. Not quite as good, but sometimes still effective at being able to release a little bit of that tension on the outside and get into that knee bend if you require something to hold on to for balance.